and welcome to W Talk with my producer Juliana sitting right across the table. And, for as long as this show has been running, W Talk has been, I would say, the most captivating radio interview segment, which is because we try to amplify the voices of women on the show. Because we want them to share their stories, because that provides a valuable lesson and ignites inspiration in both men, women, young boys, young girls out there. And that's what I love about W Talk. And today, you know what? When we started off our show in the morning, I spoke about nasi kandar, and I think the momentum is just going on. We're talking to chefs, from food to chefs, and I have on the phone lines two lovely chefs that I'm going to speak to today on the topic that we have, which is a journey to international culinary acclaim. And I have on the phone lines Norhaslinda, Abdul, Rahman. She's a home tutor and also a chef. Linda, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, great.
Okay, you know something? I want to share something with you. I discovered this morning that when you go to a nasi kandar restaurant, okay, and then you have the guy who's actually serving your food on your plate, right? So he puts your nasi and everything, and then he asks you, "Kuah nak banjir ke nak kurang?" Right? So I realized there are 4 different types of ways of describing how you want your kuah. So kemarau means you just want very little kuah. That's kemarau.
Okay.
And then banjir is your typical banjir that we have. And then there's something called tsunami, where you just smother your rice with a lot of curry. And then I just heard from one of our listeners who called in and say tenggelam.
So much gravy on that nasi.
Too much, and it becomes bubur, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, Linda, thank you very much for setting aside your time for being with us today. I'm very excited to have this conversation with you, partially because I'm a food connoisseur myself and I enjoy cooking. It's very therapeutic for me. And I hope I can learn a thing or two from you and also Ayra, who we'll be speaking to a little later in the conversation. So perhaps, Linda, tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us 3 or 5 things about yourself that we don't know, that we should know.
Okay, I'm from Melaka.
Okay.
Of course, I'm not celebrity or well-known corporate members, but I just only a housewife, a home tutor, and also I have part-time workers as a kitchen assistant in hotel in Melaka. Then I never have any never study at culinary college, but I learn my cooking from experience.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I would like to share my experience, the journey to participating the culinary world chef culinary at Pakistan.
Okay.
Okay. At first I never thought of participating in any competition in cooking. I just feel my free time in teaching. I like what to do, teaching and cooking. I usually run class on weekday, and I do my part-time work in hotel as assistant kitchen lah. Suddenly, due to my deep interest in cooking, I have been chosen and given opportunity to participate in this international culinary.
Okay.
And so excited lah kan?
Okay.
Sebab there's a lot of chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But the chef choose me to go there.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Then, considering I never studied at culinary college, so I gathered my experience from my mother. My mother also cooking. She has a restaurant in Johor Bahru. My father also have a restaurant.
Okay.
So my family semua suka masak.
Okay. So it runs in the blood, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Then from that lah, I learn recipe. I learn how to cook. Then kadang-kadang I Google jugalah daripada Google, YouTube, resipi-resipi baru.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to ask you something. You speak about your culinary skills and how you enjoy cooking and things like that. We watch a lot of, there's lots of programming out there on television, on the media about how chefs cook and how they prepare their meals. Some chefs are very sophisticated, so they look for the finest ingredients and they're very particular on the ingredients that they use. Some chefs are very complicated. They are very complicated. They like to follow something that is, if it's A, B, and C, this is how they like it done, and they don't like to cut the corners, right? But then there are some very unique chefs like our mothers who don't do anything over the top. They just go into the kitchen, they chop a bunch of onions, some garlic, some ginger, they toss it into the wok, pour some oil, pop, pop, pop. Next thing you know, wow, one of the best chicken curries that you can ever have. So as a chef, I want you to tell me, are you a complicated chef? Are you a sophisticated chef? Are you a very simple chef?
I am very simple chef.
I can tell. I can tell.
Okay. Look, I go in the kitchen. I look around.
Yeah.
What I can cook. I look in the fridge. So, I take all the ingredients that I have. Just cook. Yang orang cakap, air tangan jugalah yang mana tahu.
Yes,
sebab,
yes. You've got that hands, yeah?
Yes. No, same cooking but lain rasa orang cakap air tangan tu. Betul?
Betul. Right,
that's right. Okay.
So now let's talk about your award. Congratulations on the award. You went to Pakistan. So talk to us about the experience.
Okay. The first we have challenge to go to the Pakistan. We have faced so many trouble lah. We from the Malaysia, we have to transit to Bangkok for 15 hours. We have already all our ingredients to go there.
Oh wow! So you went equipped with your guns and your ammunition, huh? You brought all your okay. Ready. Then, right.
At the immigration, all the plates we have made have been thrown.
What? Really?
Have been thrown by the immigration.
When you arrived in Pakistan?
Yeah, no, we not arrived the Pakistan yet.
Bangkok.
But we have transit to Bangkok first. Then the immigration thrown our all place. Rasa kecewa jugalah kan. Jadi
betul. Yeah.
Then we move on. We terus transit in Sri Lanka. Then Sri Lanka for 2 hours. Then journey to Pakistan.
Okay.
Then bila sampai di Pakistan, it's difficult to make our face like in Malaysia.
If I can say in Malay, untuk kita bawa rasa asli Malaysia tu ke Pakistan tu susah, right?
Di Pakistan kita terlalu suka untuk jumpa serai. Tak ada. Jumpa daun pandan, memanglah tak ada.
Tak ada serai, tak ada pandan, maka tak authentic lah nasi lemak kan kalau buat kat situ ya.
Ya, betul. Kita bawa we just go there by we have to Malaysian heritage food. Kita buat nasi lemak. Okay. Rendang daging. Then our appetizer is roti jala.
Wow.
Kuah kari. Then the dessert is cake batik and cake batik and onde-onde. Okay. Of course lah, nasib baik saya punya kelapa putih selamat. Dia never turn ada kat sana. Lega sikit. Lepas tu, then suddenly we have to try lah. Apa yang boleh kita gantikan dengan kita punya rempah ratus kita yang dah kena buang ni. Okay. Alright. Must have been a very interesting journey. Anyway, Alinda, we'll just jump in for a quick break. When we come back, we'll resume with our discussion. Maybe we'll have a chat with Ayra and find out on her journey as well at this culinary competition that you went to Pakistan. All right. I'm today speaking to two very lovely chefs, Ayra Mahadi and also Norhaslinda Abdul Rahman. And today they're talking to us about their journey to international culinary acclaim. Keep it right here on W Talk. We'll be back after a short break.
speaking to two culinary professionals who've made Malaysia proud when they participated at a culinary competition in Pakistan recently. And just a while ago before the break, I was speaking to Chef Norhaslinda, and she shared with us on the journey there to Pakistan and how the ingredients that they have brought along with them to cook along and to provide that and use that as the ingredients for the competition was just taken away by the immigrations at the customs checkpoint when they were transiting over in Bangkok. But they still somehow or other found a way, managed to bring that authentic Malaysian flavor to the competition. Now on the phone lines, I have another chef. Her name is Chef Ayra Mahadi. Now she's going to talk to us about her experiences. Ayra, hi. Good morning.
Hi. Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Great. Now, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your award. I know it must have been really, really a challenge especially when you get all of your ingredients taken away from you. Tell me more about the award you received, and how was the journey for you?
The journey for me is quite hard because for the individual, I don't manage to win silver or bronze, but I can get the diploma because I cook for the individual competition. I cook laksa Johor. I already do the paste from here, but same at the Bangkok immigration, the paste. Then we went to Pakistan. The ingredients are different. Like they have like curry powder and stuff, but it tastes different from what Malaysia have.
Right.
So it's quite challenging. And in Pakistan, they don't have much of seafood like fish. They only have frozen fish. So the taste is much different. If like then you use the fresh fish in Malaysia.
Okay, now let's just segue a little bit, turn this W Talk a little bit more exciting by giving our listeners some cooking tips. Now I know Linda, she made nasi lemak, rendang daging, and also roti jala, and you told me now that you made laksa Johor, right? So you must have pulled it off really well to the point where you won the award, to bring that original Malaysian flavor there to Pakistan. So for our listeners who are, aspiring to make good laksa Johor at home, what do you think is the key ingredient that is needed?
For me, the key is the fish. If you have fresh fish, it enhances the taste, the flavor for the laksa Johor more if you use fresh fish, because fish you have like sweet. Their meat is sweet, so it enhances the taste for the laksa Johor even more better when you use fresh fish than you use frozen fish.
And what fish in particular?
You can use ikan kembung.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, there you have it. Now, you see, this is what I like. I'm talking to an expert, and we are so happy now that we know we use fresh ikan kembung. We can have some good tasting laksa Johor at home. Yeah, Ayra?
Yes.
Now, how long have you been a chef for?
Actually, just like 2 years, because I'm 23 this year. So, I've studied in culinary art. So, I already worked in hotel in Malacca for 2 years.
I see. And throughout your career, I know you've got a long way to go, but I'm sure you embarked on this because you're passionate about it. Have you tried to be a bit adventurous by inventing your own recipe? Because I know some culinarists actually do embark on that. They try to, be innovative and come up with new tasting flavors and experiment with things. Have you tried anything like that?
Yes, actually.
Tell us about it.
Some traditional food.
Okay.
We can some traditional food is not up to date. Like other people don't know, but in culinary, in this field, you can change the traditional food. You can modern the food so that it can accept it. In semua orang boleh terima the food in modern way.
Okay. So talking about people accepting your food, how well was your laksa Johor received in Pakistan?
It's really good actually.
So the people from all around the world enjoyed having the laksa Johor. They got the experience of being in Johor.
Because it's new to them. They never, because the laksa Johor use spaghetti, right? Spaghetti is, as we know, pasta is Western. So like Western, it with curry paste, fish sauce, gravy. It's one of unique to them.
Right. And there's also a leaf that they use, right? In laksa, they use what leaf is that?
We use daun kesum.
Kesum.
Yeah, we use daun kesum. We also can use bunga kantan.
And as a chef now, Ayra, are there any techniques that you specialize in?
Sorry?
Any techniques? Are there any particular cooking techniques that you as a chef that you specialize in, that you have learned in while you were on your vocation to pursue your diploma, I suppose, that you were told that you
diploma.
What are the techniques that you specialize in, or do you focus on anything? I mean, do you have a preference baking or frying?
For me, I'm more to Malaysian cuisine.
Malaysian cuisine, okay.
Yeah, but for me, if you want to try new things in culinary, or you want to learn new things, you should learn pastry, because it was like the hardest. For me, it was the hardest part to learn in culinary, because
So
you need
pastries.
you need to have patience. You need to wait for the dough or something.
Yeah. And you can't add too much of flour. If you add too much, you won't get the right consistency of the mixture and so on, right?
Yeah, it's in Malay cuisine. If you cook in Malay cuisine, you can agak-agak, right? You can taste the if like kurang garam, you can add more salt. But in pastry, you need to timbang. You need to have the exact weight in each ingredient.
I like the fact that you brought up, because some chefs, especially people like our mothers, like I was talking to Linda earlier, most of their, how to say, the ingredients or the quantities are all just off the ballpark figures. They're just like, salt to taste. But we don't know how much of salt that we need for it to be to taste. And I'm going to ask you the same question as Linda. So are you a complicated? Are you a sophisticated? Are you a very simple chef?
I'm a very simple chef, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't sound like one, You sound like a very sophisticated chef.
So sometimes, like, when you be a chef, and sometimes when you try other food,
right?
Sometimes you can be fussy when the food is tasteless. Then they have, because sometimes you pay the price, but the food is not taste enough.
It doesn't live up to your expectations, and you get a bit disappointed. Right. Okay. Ayra, thank you very much for sharing your journey. We'll jump in for another quick break, and then when we come back, we'll wrap up this interesting W Talk. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm today speaking to Ayra Mahadi and Norhaslinda Abdul Rahman. These are two chefs who actually made a name for Malaysia by winning an award in the Pakistan International Culinary Tournament. And we're going to jump in for a quick break. When we come back, we'll resume with our discussion and wrap this interesting sort of a moment where they're sharing their experiences up right here on W Talk. And with me, Anil on the mic, and on the phone lines with me, I have Ayra Mahadi. She's a full-time chef. Now, for those of you who just tuned in, let me give you a very short story. Once upon a time, two girls who go by the name Ayra Mahadi and Norhaslinda Abdul Rahman were actually chosen to participate in an international culinary tournament, and it was in Pakistan. So they were so excited, they were so happy. So what they did, they gathered all the best ingredients that they could find here in Malaysia, they packed it with them, they put it in their luggages, and they made that trip all the way to Pakistan. But then on the way, as they were transiting somewhere in Bangkok, well, immigration officers decided that no, these ingredients are not going to travel along with you to Pakistan, we're going to take it away from you. And then what they did, they landed in Pakistan without any of the ingredients that they were supposed to use, but they still managed to deliver the authentic Malaysian flavor with their recipes and won an award. One of them cooked the very famous Malaysian nasi lemak rendang daging, and also Ayra, who's on the phone line with me, actually made laksa Johor, and she brought the state of Johor to everyone there in Pakistan. Ayra, welcome back.
Yeah.
Okay. Ayra, you got a fascinating story. I think we can make a movie out of this, It can become a hit film. Now, considering there are people out there who want to follow your footsteps, who want to embark on a career in culinary arts, what's your advice to them?
To
pursue, to pursue studying culinary arts, if they want to become a chef, just like you, what's your advice to them?
They need to, put a lot of effort in culinary because it's not easy for women, especially for women, because you need to compete with men. Mostly in the culinary field, always a man. Women's most minority is women. So you need to put a lot of effort in culinary. You need to have strength. To kena condemn, kena masak, you need to stay up. You need, if you work in hotel line, you cannot.
So what you're saying that it's still a male-dominated industry.
Yeah. So
for a woman to sort of squeeze her way through and rise up the ranks in the industry, she has to have a lot of grit, and she has to be thick-skinned, in other words, basically. So you have to push through.
Yeah, because mostly women have the problem of striking a balance between work and family responsibilities. But for me, my family is really understanding, and they are very support me in my career.
Okay. And share with me and our listeners one piece of advice that you have got from somebody else, maybe your mentor or your parents, that you think has been very valuable to you.
Just to stay true.
True.
Yeah. Sometimes you in this culinary, you seem down when people always, marah, you salah buat, but don't give up. You cannot easily give up.
Yeah.
And then don't scared to try new things.
Absolutely. Yes. Never ever fear to try new things and innovate. Initially, people will maybe, they find it hard to digest it, but over time that will become the thing. That'll be the talk of the town, right?
Yeah.
And do you have any future plans, any upcoming projects that you want to tell us about?
For me, for the culinary competition in Pakistan, it was my first competition in culinary.
Yeah.
I want to participate in more in culinary competition, and my dream is actually to have my own restaurant one day. But for now, I just want to have experience in hotel, in culinary.
Okay. On behalf of everyone here at RTM, not only TRAXXfm, on behalf of everyone here at RTM, producer Juliana, producer Lisham, and myself, we wish you well, and we want you to continue spreading the flavors of Malaysia to every part of the world. North of the Northern Hemisphere, the Southern Hemisphere, West and East. And then one fine day when you open that restaurant, make sure you've got many tables reserved for all of us, okay? Make sure.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Say hi to Linda for me, and we'll look forward to chatting with you again. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, that was Ayra Mahadi, a full-time chef, and also Norhaslinda Abdul Rahman, who's a home tutor and also a chef. And today they spoke to us about their journey of reaching international acclaim by winning a international culinary contest, which was held in Pakistan, by bringing the flavors of Malaysia. So let me see. Norhaslinda actually prepared nasi lemak, rendang daging, and also roti jala, and she won an award for that. And then Ayra made a very tasty laksa Johor. If you missed out on any part of this interview, worry not, you can catch the replay on our official YouTube channel or also TRAXXfm official's Facebook page.